birthday, Pokemon. Today marks the 20th birthday of Pokemon since it was released in Japan. Now, it's been 18 years since it's been over here in America, and I was 8 years old when it was released. I want to share my top 20 Pokemon memories of my life. These are very personal experiences. I will be talking about all the years that I remember, and my views might not agree with your views, but I sure do hope that you enjoy the video. I would also like to add that I do not own any of these names or titles or anything. That all belongs to Nintendo. I am strictly just sharing my personal experiences, so those are the only things that I own in this video, and this is not for commercial use, and I am just trying to express my feelings for the love of Pokemon, and I am not making anything off of this. Top 20 Pokemon Memories. 20 is the Mirage Islands in Pokemon Emerald. After you beat the game, you're supposed to go to the island, and an old man looking at the window either says, "I can see Mirage Island today," or "I can't see Mirage Island today." Now, I tried for a very, very long time. Went there every day, every single day. He would say, "I cannot see Mirage Island today." I never got a chance to experience Mirage Island because I gave up after a very long time of trying. But that is why it's number 20 on this list, is because it's not a good memory, but it's still a memory of me trying to find out what Mirage Island would have been like back in Pokemon Emerald. Number 19 is a very recent memory, and one that I am very thankful for. My friend showed me a video of a guy customizing an old Game Boy and making it look like it had Pokemon, Charizard, and the back was really cool. And I didn't know about the paint markers, and me doing custom controllers and me doing spray paint and the airbrushing and just all the different things that I did with controllers, and I had never done hand painting because I didn't know about those paint markers. And after watching the video, it actually allowed me to know that there was paint markers, and that I bought a set of the paint markers, and I was able to do controllers that I had never been able to actually do before the paint markers. So the video of the Pokemon Game Boy helped me expand my business and expand my skills. Number 18 is Wonder Trading. I thought that Wonder Trading was a great addition to the Pokemon series, and I really enjoyed it. I first experienced it in Pokemon Omega Ruby, and I fell in love with it. One particular experience, and I'm 98% sure that this person most likely did like Action Replay or some kind of trick to get a level 100 shiny Kyogre, but I Wonder Traded a Magikarp, and I received a level 100 shiny Kyogre, and it was just really, really cool to be like, I wonder what I'm going to get, and I get that. So that was really exciting. So thank you whoever traded that and got a Magikarp. That was me, and I appreciate it. Thank you. Number 17 is trying to catch all the different lettered unknowns in my Pokemon Crystal and Silver games. Now, I know a lot of people don't like this Pokemon, but I think it's kind of a cool design to have these ancient, mysterious Pokemon all having different letters as their body form, and I think that's just really cool. And I just remember going through the cave trying to get all the different letters, and I don't know how many I got all together at the end, but I know it was quite fun, quite memorable to just go and spend hours trying to catch all the different ones. Number 16 is, I remember me, my brother, and my sister all having different Pokemon versions of the games, and I know that I had blue version and my brother had red and yellow version. He got the pinball and the Pokemon trading card game. He got gold, I got silver. My sister got silver. I had sapphire, he had ruby. It was just always we counteracted each other, and it worked out well. But sad thing is that he went off to the Navy when I was very young, so I didn't we didn't get a trade back and forth, but whenever he would come back and visit, it was nice to chat about Pokemon. And my sister would always take her Game Boy out to work and play it there, and just the memories of as we gotten older and the different games, how they changed, and we still played them, and it was very fun. Number 15, Pokemon Crystal. Now, there's a few reasons why I like this game. One, awesome case. I love the shiny look of it. Two, I love Suicune. It's beautiful. Um, and the third reason is because it is the first Pokemon game that you can play as a girl. You can choose between being a male and a female, and I personally am a big, huge fan of games that do that, like Fable 3 and Fable 2, and just all those different games where you can choose gender. And for me, Pokemon was one of the first ones that I experienced that with, and I just felt that it was really cool and a step forward to equality between men and women. So I really love this game so much. 14 is the Pokemon trading card game for the Game Boy Color. Me and my brother played this game, and I just remember the whole good feel of it, and I loved the electronical version of the Pokemon trading card game. It was much like this card game, and I liked that when you beat the opponents, you got the booster packs, and that was just a great feeling. And I really liked the pictures, and like the graphics weren't bad for a Game Boy game, and it was just a really fun experience. Number 13. Now, I know a lot of people say that, oh, I saw this Pokemon in real life, where you see the little pictures of different people decorating their pets to look like Pokemon. I swear that when I was a kid, I saw a lump of grass that looked a lot like the leaves of Oddish. I have yet to see that type of plant ever again, and I still swear to this day that that was Oddish. I'm sorry, you guys can't trick me. Pokemon are real. Number 12. Playing Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Red Rescue Team before Sunday school. This was the first Pokemon Dungeon game, and I absolutely fell in love with the whole concept of becoming a Pokemon, and you're actually a Pokemon running around trying to befriend other Pokemon, and I loved it. I thought it was a breath of fresh air into the Pokemon series, and I just loved it, and I couldn't get enough of it. And so I would take it everywhere I went, even to Sunday school, and I would play before class. And I just remember starting a dungeon and having to hurry up and beat it, or getting to like the 12th floor and then having to shut it off because Sunday school was starting. But it was part of the game and part of the risk of playing before Sunday school, but it was fun and still very memorable. Number 11, the Pokemon trading cards. Ah, yes, the Pokemon trading card game. The whole resistance and weakness and all that fun stuff. But who remembers these booster packs? Oh boy. Whenever I see a picture of these, it just brings back so many memories of all the times breaking open those little packets, and someday these cards will be worth something. But my favorite memory is my Machamp deck. That thing was great. And the blue counters, oh, I still remember those. If I could ever find those, I just want to dust off my old Pokemon deck, because that would just be so fun. Number 10. Alright, so my sister and her ex-husband rented a apartment, and in the apartment was a Pokemon Red cartridge, and it had Andy written on it. I don't know who Andy is, but Remember when I said that my brother went to the Navy and that me and him weren't able to trade? Well, little did I know that years later I would find a red version for myself, and that is when I was excited because then I had blue and red. Number 9 is my Pokemon Gold and Silver Game Boy. This thing was amazing. Was it gold? Was it silver? And my favorite part, Nintendo knows how to just make an idea go. Similar to the Pokemon trading card game, how when you beat the opponents and you got the booster packs, this Game Boy literally had Pikachu by the power button, and the power light was his cheeks. That way, when the battery was completely charged, he had like this cherry red cheek and just the lighting up of it. Great placement of the Pikachu, your mascot. You have a creative idea. Nintendo definitely sold this Game Boy. Number 8 is when I found my first roaming Pokemon. I found Raikou in Pokemon Silver, and at first I thought, what the heck is this? I had never heard of it because this was before internet really took off. So I was all like, what is this thing? And then before I could even catch it, it ran away. And so when I researched it and I found out that it was a roaming Pokemon, I was like, oh, hey. And then I started hunting them, and then I found Entei and Suicune. So Raikou is my first. Number 7 is when I first found my shiny. I was playing Pokemon Omega Ruby, and I was training my Pokemon, and I found the one that had the most experience given, and I kept searching for it, and then one day it just appeared in a different template, and I was like, oh my god, my shiny. And yeah, so I caught it, and it's been my baby ever since. Number 6 is Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, the Red Rescue Team. This is the first Pokemon game that I played of the Mystery Dungeon series, and as I mentioned before, I used to play it in Sunday school. But this memory is higher up on the list because 10 years later, I bought the Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon for the 3DS. And the funny thing is that both times, a decade apart, I got the same Pokemon to match my personality, which I thought was really cool. And that Pokemon is Cyndaquil. So Cyndaquil is my personality Pokemon. Number 5 is my Charizard First Edition. Now, I know how much this thing is worth, but I will not sell it ever. It's my baby. I still have it today, locked up in a safe place, but I have a first edition mint condition Charizard. And yes, I was right. One day these cards are going to be worth something. So I'm so happy to have a Charizard. And even if it wasn't worth so much, I won't sell it because it's one of my favorite Pokemon. I wanna be the very best, like no one ever was. How is that for a nostalgia factor? How many people are still playing it in their head? All right, number 4 is watching the Pokemon anime series. Yes. So I just recently watched it with my friend, started watching it. It was his first time watching it, and I just brought back so many memories. One memory was when Charizard uh, got given away by Ash, I was like, no, no. I was like, you're so stupid, you're stupid, you're stupid. And then the other one was when I cried when he gave Butterfree away and Bye Bye Butterfree. That one was really sad. And then I liked watching the banned episode of the Safari Zone where it was banned because of cuss words and guns. And it's just funny because in the American series, you see him before he goes to Safari Zone, and then you see after Safari Zone, and you're like, how do they get all those Pokemon? Well, the banned episode explains it, and it's a pretty good episode, but I can see why it was banned. Number 3 is the Pokemon first movie. Now, this one was very memorable for me. I just loved the entire movie. I love Mew. I love Mewtwo. They're my two favorite legendaries. Um, the soundtrack is a very, very solid soundtrack. Great soundtrack. One memory is when they were promoting the movie, I was walking past the GameStop in the mall, and one of the workers gave me a promo Mew card, so I still have that hanging on my wall. And then uh, I just remember watching Ash get turned to stone, and being as young as I was, I cried. 2 is getting Pokemon Blue and playing it for the first time. Now, back in 1998, Kmart had the game displays for the Game Boys. It was a long, narrow case that turned on a little wheel, and you could look at the front of the game, the back of the game, and I couldn't find a picture of it, but this was the closest thing, and I just part of the memory is just those cases and just my childhood, and then feeling the game, remembering opening it up, and most Game Boy games were gray, and they had them red and blue, and so that's where I really like the Pokemon original games, and um, just the feeling of opening it up. And then I turn it on, and this amazing cutscene plays, and here's a walk down memory lane. And number one, my favorite Pokemon memory is completing my Pokedex in Pokemon Blue. Remember that red game that I found? Well, I put it to good use. I traded all the Pokemon that were only in the red version to the blue version. I link traded to evolve my Graveler into a Golem, my Kadabra and an Alakazam, and I worked hard just trading between those two games by myself because my brother was off in the Navy. And so I just want to say thank you, Andy, for leaving your game there because without that, I could not complete my Pokedex. And then, after I complete my Pokedex, guess what? All I got was a certificate. And so since then, I have not completed the Pokedex of the other games, even though I have them all. I just a certificate. I was like expecting this was before I knew about the whole Mew glitch and everything, but I was expecting like Mew to become unlocked after I completed the Pokédex, and so to get a certificate, it's kind of a letdown, but it's still rewarding. There you have it, my top 20 Pokemon memories over the last 18 years of my life. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, share, and subscribe.